We have two similar sequences where United is trying to build using their typical shape. Despite having a similar build-up structure, they ended up falling into a wide pressing trap in one sequence, while in the other sequence, the press is bypass. Both sequences used the same inverted center back, but had different outcomes. Amorim is always criticized for this particular idea, but the true intentions behind the inverted center back are not what many might expect. In the first sequence, the keeper has the ball, and United has one center back and the pivot in the midfield. The opposition is pressing central areas with 4 players. The same pressing setup was seen in the second sequence. In both sequences, the wide center backs are free. The opposition is deliberately leaving them free so that the keeper will play to them. Now United fell into the usual pressing trap deployed by almost every high pressing team. But this can be solved with the same system. In the second sequence, when the keeper has the ball, the right forward is initially trying to stay close to the inverted center back. The right midfielder is positioned behind him to maintain the man marking if the forward decides to move wide and press the center back. As an individual player, the keeper can do some subtle things to disrupt the trained pressing system of any opposition. Here the keeper accidentally caught his touch to his left, and even his body orientation is facing left, indicating that he may play left. This minute movement was enough to force the forward to start his pressing run towards the centre back. Within a second, the forward moved away from the centre back and he is free at the moment. In an ideal case, the right midfielder will step up to take over the marking duties, but in a real situation, the keeper's subtle movement took just 1 second, and it's not enough for the midfielder to cover such a distance and close him down. Also, we should appreciate the spatial awareness of the centre back. He recognized the space opening up and made a timely movement. This increased the distance the midfielder has to cover and also position him away from the forward. Things would be different if he was a bit away from the current position, as it would make it easy for the midfielder to close him from behind, and this is a common problem for United. But here, both the centre back and the keeper understood each other and made the right decision. Here he doesn't need any complex technical skills required in tight spaces. Rather, the simple decision making from him and his keeper simplified a complex problem, and United easily broke the first wave of press. This may not work in certain situations, as no system is perfect. But like any system, Amorim's system also has its ways to solve the problems. But before that, let's decode what's next. As the 4-man press is bypassed, no players will resort to trained automated patterns. The pivot moves away from his marker to become the third man in the up-back throw combination. These combinations are actually predictable and are extremely difficult to execute. But by having press-resistant forwards like Cunha in those half spaces, Amorim somehow solved this problem. In addition, Amorim can make it less predictable by having an alternative option. Here the wingback's inside diagonal movement is that alternative option for the centre back. The pivot can now switch the play using the far side attacking midfielder. So the overall idea is to use one attacking midfielder to connect the play to ultimately find the other attacking midfielder. Now the whole press is bypassed and United can attack the disrupted opposition. There are certain technical flaws in the progression to the final third. But as of now, let's just focus on the build-up issues. Now what if the opposition managed to stay close to the centre back while the keeper is being closed down? This obviously forced the keeper wide. Contrary to the previous sequence, now the centre back is immediately closed down as it was a forced pass. Here they can execute the trained pattern. But now, United can use this high press to their advantage. As their 3-4 system keeps 3 advanced players high during the build-up, they can attack the space between the lines during the high press. No opposition can completely eradicate these spaces. And by having 3 interior players, this can be exploited by either using the striker's ability to set the aerial ball into his attacking midfielder, or by simply winning the second balls using the 2 attacking midfielders. By having the inverted centre back, United is always able to pin one opposition midfielder, and they have the advantage of having more players in between the lines. This often forces the opposition midfield to press high and leave space behind for the attacking midfielder and striker to operate. A striker who is a constant runner can also push the backline deep to create more space for the midfielder. The inverted centre back is silently impacting the game without even touching the ball. His position will naturally pin the center midfielder, and it opens the half space which a good keeper can exploit. A good pressing team may adjust their press to keep the center back in his cover shadow, but even this approach can be exploited, as a single pass to the wing back will move the center back out of his cover shadow, and the press can be bypassed. So I think the Amorim system is good and can be successful, but it has its problems, as any tactical system has. And as always, it's the players that decide the fate of the system, and as a coach, he just wants to properly educate them about his ideas.